First round,
8.
Judd trump to break.
Judd trump 5, and they've been going at it in this tournament and looking certain to win. Had missed a very easy frame ball and match ball pink. When you do that, the drive home seems interminable.
Yes, very painful. And again, it's just another.
So the certainties, not Gary Wilson will be eliminated. Thereafter, it's all up in the air.
Yeah, it might be one of them groups that somebody comes right, at the end and gets in that top 4.
Trump's day has started late in comparison with...
Just saw him having a knock before he went in. They were all going in, so he seemed ready, but unfortunately didn't get that one. Got that bump there, so this is you have a good chance if you can knock it in.
What?
Here we go. But he'll want to try and move that as soon as he can. Yeah, and he's played down it straight away. Look, get that out of the way, get the black on the spot, and he's away.
8.
He sees this shot. No. But the red, if he wants to do it off the black spot. Off the black,
22.
sorry.
It's on table 2. Mark Selby on a break of 73. There's no way back for Ricky eliminated. Mark Selby completes his defeats. 3 points. In terms of the playoffs, it is any 4 from 5. But the picture does become a little clearer because Walden
tried to split the pack off the blue there, he did do. He's going to look, this is a sort of position. Judd just makes hundreds all the time.
And what I like about him...
Absolutely, I've played him at times, and he's on he miss on 80 or 90. I think that's going back to the Hendry days. He wanted to clear up every time, and that discipline, just to keep clear.
Mark Selby wanted to make a century to finish off against Ricky Walden. He didn't, but 90 was more than sufficient to complete his 3-1 win.
On saying that, sometimes we're making hundreds. He's missed a lot of the times on 70 when he could have made 100.
He got this thing where he didn't really want to make centuries because he thought 70. It was times. Well, for quite some time actually, at least 100 more to his tally.
He really tries to clear the table every time now. Stay on the black.
90.
Yep, perfect. Great shot. I think people used to get offended, didn't they, when it happened, but not anymore. I am absolutely useless left-handed.
Ready, regardless of the result of this match. Judd Trump, Matthew Selt and Mark Selby all safe in the knowledge that the very worst they'll be in 5th place at the end of this group and be back for group.
Pink ball.
No, it was a good pot. Bit unlucky, I suppose, to land there, but
Judd trump.
Play good safety now. Now that black, if he's not careful, he could cannon it and leave the white down the table.
Foul. Judd trump 4.
That sounded
a long red, but it's not. These are missable.
1.
No, brilliant shot.
as before Christmas, Michael.
Come down on the way home, and that was after losing in the World Championship against Rob Milkin. So that was a memorable one, especially after losing in the World. It was just horrible.
And he was driving down to Sheffield with a friend. Pellet gun off a motorway bridge and hit their car.
Will he change?
Yes, if you're wondering what Michael's alluding, the majority of players on the tour use a chalk called Taum, which is produced in Finland and which undoubtedly has reduced kicks.
What?
And indeed big bounces clearly used by your opponent can affect you. Yeah, for years we had all these debates solved.
Yes, brilliant stuff.
What?
That's a good shot. Negotiate his way around. Obviously great for the game.
And if you want to see the most extreme examples reacted, defied physics.
Yeah, if you get the right or the wrong conditions, it just obviously made the chalk stick to the balls, and then if they were in the middle of the contact, yeah, we had to all look around for another excuse. When played, I think that's a bit tight. You don't like it.
John Higgins 30.
I think he's playing a little bit lower on the white here to bring the white wider, because if he drops it in, he's going to sort of hamper himself.
What?
Yeah, he's got out of
7.
Yes, so he would get to 12 frames won, which would be one more than Mark Selby, who of course has completed it. Some players in the Championship League have the philosophy, well, if I go out there and win, everything will take care of itself. Other players, especially on day 2 of a group, pay a lot of attention to the table. And
some players find comfort in it, knowing what's going off.
I think it's very useful 21. If you can work out that you're already there and you've got one match to go, because then you can play the last match with less pressure, and of course that's what everybody wants to do, reduce pressure.
Absolutely. That's the only bit of information I'd always want to make sure he wasn't straight, really. As accurate as you possibly can with the object ball going in the pocket, because even if it goes in.
So Higgins 37 to the good. Black makes it 44. 1-1.
John Higgins 49.
But of course he would love to defeat Judd Trump here.
In the end, he's played this dump shot.
Final the Crucible has ever witnessed.
Yeah, definitely. It was a scary level he plays in. Recently, the last 10 years has just, for me, gone through the roof.
Armour would have to be Williams Higgins.
definitely, I was just going to mention to win it, it's just, again, just freakishly good.
And being arcane, I think one of the best performances to lose a final, I would say Barry Hawkins against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Barry played really well in that.
It's one of the bit of bad luck as far as he just caught someone like Ronnie O'Sullivan at such a great level, and he's done it on the big stage over and over again.
Ample room past the black.
That's what he's playing. No, he's not. He's not going very hard.
27.
Got brilliant. And just trusts himself, backs himself to do what he knows he can do.
33.
And the cue action, as you saw there, we were right down the line, isn't textbook, but it's pure coordination.
Absolutely. I'm like a dog with my bone on my channel. People looking for a perfect cue.
Cheers, thanks.
To swerve it now, so it's just about getting the red in.
When you're screwing back on this table, far more often than not you overdo it. If you're going to make a mistake, and Trump...
What?
He might play a bit low on this red again and just to pot the red and move the pack. That's what he's tried to do. Yeah, he can just run off the...
9.
Again, the white just keeps running. So easily done on this table.
I've got some breaking news here, Michael. Well, it's not exactly breaking news.
40.
It actually happened 2 frames ago. I mean, he just worked it out. I reckon Trump is in the playoffs. And I'll tell you why. He's got to 11 frames now. If he loses this match 3-1 and then loses to Milkins 3-0... his
50.
record would be 3 points, 11 frames won, 10 lost. So that's slightly superior to Selby, who's 3 points, 11 and 11. So he's in.
Yeah, you are like talking Chinese.
21.
Now, when he played that extravagant shot with side to try and force the red in, I thought he might regret that. So I thought I'd recheck the table, and clearly it's okay.
With the pink, but he's all right. Again, it's just another example of clean potting, so subconsciously wanting to hit that side of the pot.
Good audience for the game.
Yeah, he said that he was gutted that he didn't get to the final because obviously he wanted to, you know, after seeing that final, everybody wanted to play in it. But yeah, I mean, what an experience that would have been to play in front of that crowd.
Marco had a 147 in the decider.
Yeah, I mean, what the feeling that I can remember watching it, and you could tell, obviously such a big achievement in front of that many and that, and you could tell he was feeling it towards the end, and it took a lot of composure to sort of knock. I think he took a deep breath before he potted the black, but it's a great achievement, you know, a memory that he'll never forget, you know, and it's
11.
Yeah, like I say, fantastic.
And then Fu
12.
lost out to Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final.
Yes. I think Ronnie would have been loving it out there in front of all that many people.
Yes, although he's not done a great amount in ranking events
90.
this season, O'Sullivan, he has won 2 very big tournaments, Champion of Champions and Hong Kong Masters.
Yeah, he loves the big events, don't he? You know, he's the peacock in that respect, and he likes to do
20.
it in the big stage, and he can do it, obviously. Yeah, he loves it. It gets up from a bit more and gives it everything, and yeah, when you're that good, you've always got a chance.
Higgins has got a gilt-edge chance in this frame.
23.
Clearing down to the blue would be sufficient.
25. 28. 32. 37.
'This frame looks like going his way. Trump needs a snooker. Be a reasonable pay packet for both of them. Three, not inconceivable that this could be a repeat of the semi-final later.
No, definitely not.
Or indeed the final.
Yes. No, it didn't go, so that's it.
$40. 50.
'Straight away, look, he's trying to move that red from above the black.
20.
There's still an eye break on, isn't there, if he wants to think ahead, but he just landed, I think, where he's might have to play a cannon, maybe? No, he can screw back, I'm sure he can. Just don't want to hamper himself with that red.
21.
It's a good shot. Table, yeah, look at that. Quite is it hard enough? But he tried to move some reds there and get up the table.
Yeah, he's definitely improved massively in the tactical stakes, and I think he actually now regards it as a challenge. I think he actually is interested in that side of the game and wants to embrace it more.
Yeah, you need it at times. I mean, ultimately it's scoring that wins your matches, but you know, there are times when you need to sort of play the right shot and, you know, develop some or whatever. But and yeah, he's obviously learning the game. He's got an amazing. Definitely, Judd wants to be the best, so he knows that any asset that he can develop is going to help him. And yeah, you know, he is the player he is, but he's got a chance here to go into him if he wants. It's not. He might not do. No.
$8. 9.
But like I say, if you can enjoy it, you know, it's even better, easier to get better at it.
And of course the penny does drop for these
60.
phenomenal break builders, that if they can tighten up their
70.
game and force mistakes, they're going to have more opportunities to put together big points.
Absolutely. And when he does get around the black spot, he's pretty lethal.
24. 25. 32. 33. 40.
Red black will see him over the line here.
41. 48. 49. 54. 55.
I think he's very much like Mark Selby, don't you? He's got great reach. Got to that shot, a lot of others wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm one that probably wouldn't. Yeah, I think I've always thought Mark's deceptively tall.
60.
Obviously, me being 6'1".
Exciting frame.
With
Just
67
to break.
to win the decider on the black at Gary Wilson's expense.
One. Foul, no miss. Judd trump 4.
Well short of pace. Red left on.
One.
Just glanced that red on the way up for the blue, so the wrong side. One good shot, and it'll be perfect. Don't know where that's going to get there, but he's got a shot, so
6.
this again. He has these for breakfast, so one good shot and he's in.
7.
Not perfect there, but he has got an angle if he wants to go into him. Screw into the reds. He might. and knock a red over the corner. He's trying to do. Didn't catch the middle one, so not exactly worked out how he wanted
40.
it. Caught that red on the left as we looked at it from the black spot. He wanted to catch the right hand side of it, and he would have probably knocked a red towards him.
You might think, well, why didn't he hit the black harder? But these players open up the reds, sometimes through force, yes, but most of the time through making the precise contact they want to on a particular ball.
Definitely, it's, sometimes you are
Just
using a bit of
graze
pace.
that near jaw.
Well,
He looked like he thought it was in at the start, but that's perfect. Great chance now. These are positions you
8.
dream for, really. Not a red touching. Everything goes.
no.
I always think if you're going to have 10 minutes practice prior to a match and you throw the balls on the table, this is how you'd throw them.
Exactly that, yes. But you will still see sometimes it go wrong.
60.
It can happen.
We
Hit that line. Hit that the right jaw. Wide didn't move for him. All of a sudden now he's got a shot that's missable.
$24. 25.
Highest break in the match so far for Higgins. A very modest 49. He's got the opportunity to obliterate that.
$32. 33.
I think John's got a lovely tempo to his strike.
39.
Very repeatable.
40.
Obviously works very well for him.
Dominic was making the observation yesterday that he thought his bridge hand was closer to the cue ball than it has been in the past. Have you noticed?
Yeah, sometimes he does get a bit closer. In fact, I was talking about it in the players' room. I
46.
think generally players as they go through the career get shorter in that respect, get closer to the white, maybe just
47.
trying to be compact. I think it's just sometimes players just have they're not actually consciously changing things just change on their own, really. But only John knows that, but it's, his correction's been very similar now for quite a while. But at the end of the day, he repeats it, and that's all you need.
54.
I say that a lot with my
55.
coaching that I'm doing a bit of now. You've got to try and find something you can repeat, and whatever that is, it doesn't really matter. If you're comfortable with it, and then you can just, like I say, redirect your attention on actually playing.
How is the coaching going, Michael? Is it successful?
Yeah, it has been. I'm pleasantly surprised with the feedback I'm getting. It's good. I enjoy it as well. It's helping people, because I think being around the pro game for so long, where everybody's good, you know, you forget how hard it is, and then obviously, you know, working with amateurs that are trying to get better, and it's reminding me how tough some people find it. But you know, everybody can improve. You know, you just got to focus on the right things. But yeah, it's good.
And this is the kind of
67.
frame and match ball even a novice would knock in.
68.
Yeah, they're the frame balls you want.
So we now know for sure that number one in the Group 4 round robin table will be John Higgins.
Cheers, John. Thank you.
Finishing top of the table, of course, is
75.
no guarantee of success in the playoffs. Ricky Walden was the table topper a couple of days ago in Group 3. He lost in the semi-finals of that group. And then this group has been frustrating for him. But Higgins, as he always is, a tough opponent to beat.
Yeah, he just always gives me the impression with John, he just keeps chugging forward and just keeps playing, and eventually it will work out for
89.
him.
$92.
Higgins 2 balls away from what would be the 10th century of this group so far.
$96.
And surprisingly, given who's here, it would be the first century today.
They're not as good as they say they are, they feel, really.
Get that tongue out of the cheek.
107 the frame.
Very nice indeed, just as you did against Mark Selby